Thought we had a great atmosphere when it comes to the game. The battle in between started out kind of slow. When the clock goes as fast as it does, it seems like the first quarter's over and there's like no score. But when the scoring started, it started fast, and there were some explosive plays, which I think anytime you get a chance to do that, it's good, especially for your offense. Obviously, we didn't run the ball like we want to, but to be honest with you, that wasn't part of the game plan. You know, we wanted to see if we could throw the ball some, move it around. I would like to have ran it better with the one offense, which we didn't do, which we have to improve on, we have to be better at, but there were some challenges that we limited the coordinators, we limited the offense with those opportunities. But the best thing that happened is you got an opportunity to see quarterbacks try to work the 2-minute drill. There's so many of our games come down to, and critical situations, whether it's using timeouts, opportunities to win the game, and that excited me. And I thought the defense really played hard. Didn't always tackle well, got some balls thrown over our head, but they really competed and challenged each other more than maybe we had done earlier in the spring. So overall, I was pleased with today, excited about the growth of our team. I really saw some players get better throughout the entire spring, so I was excited for that. But I'll open it up.
Coach, you alluded to this coming into the game, but you know the number 2 quarterback is going against the number 2 defense. Jake Fromm really looked good today, I thought. Can you put that in perspective as to how good he looked, and then assess both quarterbacks?
But I'd like to reserve judgment until I get a tape, but I know you won't get a chance to hit me with that again. So you're just watching out there, he managed the pocket well. There were 2 times that, you know, Steve Shaw and I discussed it probably was a sack. They might have been drive killers. DeAndre Walker got back there a couple times, and it probably was a sack. But hey, it's part of it. We're not playing live. Maybe even have missed him and the guy would have escaped. But he's kind of done that. In the 2 scrimmages we've had, he's made some good throws. He understands the game. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. He sees people open. So, you know, early in the game, he came out firing the ball and made some good hitch throws. And a couple of his receivers broke some tackles for him. So I've been pleased with his growth, and I think he's got to continue to do that.
Coach, talking about the receivers in the passing game and all that, how pleased were you with guys like J.J. Alvin, freshman, early enrollee? He made some pretty cool grabs today.
Yeah, he did. You know, J.J.'s had a up and down spring. He's been consistent in his effort and his toughness, but he's had some battles, sometimes catching it, and I thought today he did a great job. What a great kid. For him to get rewarded with a good day is really good because he worked all spring. Tyler Simmons is another guy. He goes out and works his tail off all spring, and they got a little rapport going with Fromm because they worked with him so much during the spring, from timing and things like that. So I thought that those wideouts caught the ball well. We did not, play a lot of coverage multiples. We simplified it, just tried to let the kids play. Probably put more limitations on the defense than we did on the offense as far as what we were going to do. But it was exciting to see some balls down the field. That's why you get 66,000 people here. They want to see the ball thrown. They want to see the ball caught. They want to see points scored. So we wanted to give it to them.
Kirby, from a run game standpoint, I think you saw you had 4 different 3rd and 1 type situations. You converted all of them. That was a little bit of a problem last year. Did that stick out to you at all? Did you kind of notice that in real time?
Not really, because we didn't play short yardage defense and we really didn't do short yardage offense. I mean, it'd be easy to say, hey, you converted 4 of those, so why don't you just do that in the game? Well, defensively, they're not going to do what we did. We handicap the defense and we don't let them do. We don't want to show everything that we've got defensively. We don't want to show everything we've got from a formation standpoint. So we limited that. So it's really hard in the red area to stop somebody from running it in. It's really hard on 3rd and 1 to stop somebody on defense because we're not letting them blitz and do certain things. But it was good that they converted those.
Coach, we've heard a lot this spring about how the offensive line was getting the better of the defensive line. It wasn't necessarily the case today. What do you think about how the defensive line responded in this game?
I was excited. I wanted to see them play hard. I didn't see the same physicality from the offensive line, but I have to be honest, we handcuffed them some because we didn't run the ball as much. That was not the intent of the day. When you have 2 4-minute drills at the end of each half and you have a running clock, that reduces the opportunity to come out and be physical and bloody somebody's nose. But I was proud of the way the defensive line played and rushed, and they played hard.
Are you more concerned that the starting offensive line gave up 5 sacks, or more content with the fact that the starting?
More concerned always. I think that's always the case. You're concerned with that. But again, it's a situation where you're in a lot of passing situations. There's a lot of those situations that if it's a tight ball game, we wouldn't be throwing the ball every snap. We wouldn't have to go 2 minutes before the half. And when you have to go 2 minutes before the half, what does the defense do? tee off time. So they tee off on it 10 years back. But we shouldn't be giving up those sacks, and that's always a concern. And Jacob knows that he's got to take responsibility for some of those. Some of those are coverage sacks. He's got to throw the ball on time. He's got to hit the check down. Let's get the backs the ball. There's 2 or 3 times he missed the backs with the ball that, hey, that can turn into a big play.
Can you assess Jacob's play overall and also maybe the difference between the first half and the second half when he seemed to be a little more on target?
Yeah, it's hard to assess sitting out there while you're in the midst of it. I like to watch the tape and judge it. I know the numbers indicate he was a little bit below, I guess, 500 throwing it. But again, a lot of those situations dictate that. When the defense knows you're throwing the ball, you're going to throw it at a lesser percentage. I think that Jacob understands our offense better. He knows the checks. He knows where to go with the ball. He understands when to put us in the right play, and that part I'm pleased with. You can't judge him just based on today because he throws some electric throws. Then he's got to throw where we go empty, and he makes a bad read, throws an interception there that shouldn't happen to him at this point in time.
The game plan pretty much, Nick carried it just no times, and Sonny just won. That was pretty much the game plan, like you say, not the.
I'll let you figure that one out.
How would you say Jacob's rapport with Javon has grown? It looked like he was targeting him pretty early.
Yeah, I thought they've gotten a little bit better at timing routes. Javon's such a big guy. He doesn't always get on top of you, but he's hard to cover. And even when he's covered, he's open. And Jacob's done a good job matching him up with, the throw to Jason Stanley, I'm assuming that was Jacob. That was a good pass in the corner of the end zone down there. And that's what Jacob's got the capability to do. We've got to protect, we've got to be able to run the ball to open those things up, but we're trying to challenge him to use his strengths, which his strength is his ability to throw the ball. And certainly if we can run the ball, then we can do some good things offensively.
How do you evaluate the star position and J.R. Reed's role in the secondary?
Yeah, the star position is a unique deal. AD had a really good spring there. He did some good things. He got to play a little bit there today. Tyreek and D'Angelo got most of the reps there today. I think anytime you've got a guy like Mo Smith who's played the position for so long, you're going to have some kind of experience drop off. But those 2 kids, including AD being 3, between those 3, we feel like we can replace that position and get some production. We didn't do a lot with him today. We didn't ask him to do a lot. We didn't blitz him a lot. But I think that we can get what we need out of that position with those 3 guys. It'll be a great battle in fall camp.
Coach Nicole, are you encouraged with his progress at this point? What, 12, 13 practices at receiver?
Yeah, I would say I'm encouraged. We've always thought that he could help us there. Now, with that, everybody has to understand that we didn't have a scholarship second corner out there. So Miko was over on offense, and there was not a scholarship corner playing with the second group. And those kids that went out there, they played hard. We got a couple walk-on kids. Tim Hill that plays his guts out, but there's not anybody out there. So that's where Miko would be. Where he's with the second offense, he made some plays, he had some flashes. He's got to continue to work. Remember now, guys, Miko was not a high school wide receiver. So how many catches did he have in high school? He was running the ball. He was catching the snap. That's about the only catch he had. So us throwing the ball to him and catching it that way, he's got to work on that. But he's a bright kid. He's a tough kid. And he's extremely competitive, which I'll take that every time.
Did you like what you saw out of Nicole? Did you like what you saw out
I
of
saw
him?
today. There's some things we didn't do with him today that we can do, and he had a couple plays I thought he should have made, but then he made a big play there at the end.
Do you think you see him sticking on offense?
Well, it depends on, we got to have corners too, so it's going to depend a little bit which route we go. It's going to depend a lot on the guys coming in and that kind of thing. And we got 4 wide receivers coming in, but we got some DBs coming in too. So if those guys can provide the depth we need, we certainly think Nico can give us a dynamic that we need offensively. Hey, don't forget about Terry Gowan. The guy played pretty good today. I thought Charlie Warner showed up. That's what I see from Charlie all the time. Y'all don't get to see that from Charlie. But the catch, run after the catch he had today is a blessing for us. He kind of came out of his shell a little bit.
Coach, how do you see Justin Young working into your defensive line rotation this year?
Oh, Justin's got every player we tell him all the time, everybody's fighting for a seat on the bus. And there's 22 seats on this bus, and where's your seat going to belong? And he's just kind of a specialist guy. He's a pass rush specialist. He's not super big, and he knows that. He's got a knack for running games inside and pass rushing, and we're excited about the effort and toughness he's brought to us, so we'll have a roll.
Coach, what do you feel from those wide receivers as a whole leaving spring, and is that go-to guy emerging more?
I wouldn't say we got a go-to guy. I don't know that we've got a just dominant wide out. But I'll say this, what y'all saw today was the best showing that they've had as a unit from the 15 practices of the spring. So you guys were all right that they've saved the world and they've all come about and they've been great. Where I was concerned coming into the game, after the game, I said, you know what, the guys play pretty good. I'm disappointed in some ball security issues, but I thought that it's run after the catch. But, you know, I mean, we don't have as many DBs out there either. You know, so I think that all plays into it. But those guys competed now, and they played more physical this spring than they did last spring, which is what we challenged them to do.
I know the situation with, go ahead, sorry.
Coach, to follow up on Jake Brown, from his first practice over to now, capping it off, what type of progressions have you seen from him?
Well, you know, he's a great competitor. He loves the game. He's in the huddle. He got spirit. He's talking to the linemen, talking to everybody. He gets excited. I mean, I had to jump him in the second scrimmage because he threw a touchdown pass and started yelling at the defensive end. And I told him that, you know, we don't do that here. We don't talk to the opponent. I don't want to take the fire out of the kid, but he's got that in him. He's got a little moxie about him, and he likes that. He gets juiced in competition, but he's got to learn to control that part of the emotion. But he understands the offense really well. Okay, so he knows the system. He understands what coverages he's seeing. I'm excited about Jake Fromm. I mean, the guy's grown up a lot in 15 practices. He's got a lot of things to work on, though. He's still got deer in the headlights when somebody comes free in that pocket, and he wants to just sit there and hold the ball. If he had been live today, he'd have got stroked a few times. I am excited about the things he can do.
Any
What do you have to say about Richard LeCount leading the Vikings defense today?
Well, I'd say this, that's not a good sign when your safety's your lead tackle. But he's done that all spring. He's a see-ball, hit-ball guy. I mean, I love coaching him because I get so frustrated. I ask him the same question every day at the start of the meeting, and every day at the start of the meeting he gives me a different answer. And I'm like, Richard, I asked you that yesterday. I asked you that day before. But what he does on the field is he runs fast, he tries to hit you, and he likes tackling. The guy likes playing football. Those kind of guys usually make good safeties. Now he's got to work to take care of his body. He's got to get a little bigger this offseason. But I'm excited about Richard, and I think he's going to be a good football player.
Any concern with Blankenship?
Concern being that he kicked a long field goal and
he missed a couple field goals and an extra point.
He made a lot of field goals too. You know, the extra point is probably the biggest thing. But you know, we had a backup snapper in there, and we had the primary his holder. We let Cam and Jacob hold for him. And those are the two best holders we got. But I think he would tell you he expects to make those. And there'll certainly be competition in the fall. So he made the one he had to make. You know, the good thing is he got a lot of experience in that game, right? I mean, he had to kick for this team, had to kick for this team. I don't know which team he's going to eat with. So he might be being wings, he might be steak. But
Are you pleased with the sustained focus of the team over the whole entire spring practice? And what's the key taking it all the way into preseason camp?
Yeah, the key for preseason camp is going to be how we manage our phase 3, which is Maymester, final exams, workouts this summer. That's the next step for us. Can we get bigger, stronger, faster? Can we outwork the teams we're going to play from now until fall camp? Because there's so much you can do without coaches out there. So go out there and do it and get better. And we're challenging those guys to go out there and take the leadership role, Jacob and Jake, and let's keep getting better and let's keep moving forward. Because I do think we got better this spring. And we had more people out there this spring. We had more sheer numbers. We had 17 offensive linemen. There's a lot of schools that would die to have 17 offensive linemen in their spring practice because you get 3 units. So that makes the core of your team better, and that part excites me.
At what point do you pull in the leadership and start talking about that phase 3 and how they're going to lead off-season workouts, and then what do you tell them? What's kind of the message for them at that point?
Yeah, well, that all started in there. I mean, it kicks off from behavior tonight, all the way through final exams, to some kids getting in rehab. We got some guys that are got some critical rehab to do in May. They should stay here and rehab injuries so that they can be ready to lift and do the things they got to do over the summer. And that messaging starts now. I've got exit interviews with all the players the next 3 days, and that's kind of the thing we hit home on when we meet with them individually. Again, I want to thank Dog Nation. I appreciate those guys coming out for the game, and go Dogs.